It's
Oh, they just
19
your
degrees
people.
outside.
It's just your people. We don't fit now, huh?
I'm just saying. I was looking at something. I think I sent this to somebody. I don't know if I sent it to you guys. 85% of Colorado is Caucasian. I'm like, wow.
Didn't used to be that way.
I didn't know that. But
Wow.
it's only 60% in Aurora. So I didn't know it was that high.
But
Yeah,
60%
it didn't
Aurora
used to be that way, but
is
yeah.
white?
Yep.
No, yeah. Aurora's 60% was but that was from 2015. So we'll get new numbers probably at the beginning of the year because of the census. But that's interesting. I was just like, man.
So do we use Caucasian, Anglo, or white?
They were white. It says white. What do you want from me?
Where did the name I mean, I don't really know where the name Caucasian came from per se. I really don't know.
Caucasoid Mountains, my brother.
Caucasoid. That's right. I've heard that in a long time. That's right.
Look at that.
Oh,
Caucasoid Mountains in the European range. Like, look at that. See there, guys? Y'all sitting there thinking he's just another pretty face. He's just another pretty face. He's out here. He's actually got knowledge for you, man.
Oh, that's right. Caucasoid.
I've been trying to spread love and that was a dig.
Sheesh. Wow. Okay. Well,
Paperboy cut, man.
I haven't heard that name in so long. Caucasoid. That's right. I used to say something when I was young. Y'all Caucasoid. I used to say that.
You guys all remember the Ice Cube song? So, anyway, how y'all been, man?
That's Are We There Yet, Ice Cube?
That was Ice Cube 83 or 93.
That wasn't the love, huggable, warm, fuzzy. Are we there yet?
No, that was before that one. That was. Y'all need to go look at Ice Cube's older stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Get an understanding.
Him and Ice-T. Ice-T playing a cop. I'm like,
Ice-T,
which is hilarious. But he made a statement. He said when they pay you whatever it was, some $50,000 an episode, he said, I can't say no.
He's like,
and he cut his ponytail.
He did.
He cut his ponytail.
Cover.
Played the cop.
We got to put that in the comments. That album cover, Power.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
We all know exactly. Everybody got the picture in their head right there.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And did you all know that he is responsible for Tipper Gore, the wife of Al Gore, and I forget the other lady that was married to a senator at the time. He came out with that album, Cop Killers, and it caused for us to have the labeling, the explicit lyrics labeling put on records and albums and stuff and CDs, and that was Tipper Gore and them that led that fight for that.
That's right. That is right.
So that wasn't Power.
Oh, man.
That Cop Killer was on.
Okay.
But it was because 2 Live Crew sued. Remember?
And won. Yeah.
2 Live Crew sued, and what is that? Oh my God! What is her name?
The mood. You know, I normally have an incense going. I forgot to burn my incense.
Like, yeah.
Purify that, clean that. That's what's up.
It's the black part.
What was that?
Oh.
Don't burn it down.
Listen.
Don't burn it down, man.
Trying to get me on an arson charge, knowing it's a damn accident.
20. We had 200 witnesses. I saw him do it. I saw him do it. Now you can't hear it on the tape where he said blah blah blah, but I saw him do it.
Ignore his cries for help. Ignore.
All staged. That was all staged.
Right.
We got to talk about, because we were talking about, oh man, the brand new Secretary of Defense.
Oh, the brother. Yes.
Was it you? It was somebody. Was it you or was it Kevin?
It's probably Kevin.
The new Secretary of Defense. I mean, this is a pretty big deal.
Well,
it is.
There's some issues. There's some obstacles that's about to come out related to that. Lloyd Austin. And there's some obstacle because here's the thing. So because the Secretary of Defense is you have to be a civilian to be in that position.
Right.
And in order,
or you have been out of the military for a certain amount of time.
I think it was 10 years removed, and then you're considered a civilian, then you can go in. However, if you're less than 10 years removed, there has to be approval from both houses. So, and there's been people who are saying they may not approve that. So
here's the thing. Your boy, your president, he had
who's no.
yours and Hashim's. He had
Barack Obama.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He was saying. I was like, okay.
One after that one.
Joe ain't been sworn in yet.
Right. So exactly. So the one we got right now.
So it's Barack and it's Joe.
That's all. That's the only two I know right now. That's it. Yeah.
Well, whoever's president now had, because they've been putting the civilians have been wary of putting ex-generals and ex-military in that spot, right? Literally, I don't believe, and it is a cabinet position, so it has to be approved by the Senate.
Correct.
Trump has not had an approved Secretary of Defense for at least, I want to say, when did he just fire the last one? And I don't even know if that, so he's had an acting Secretary of Defense. This is one of the largest parts of our government. And
yeah. You still get paid the same to be acting. So, yeah.
Well, you don't need congressional oversight. That's why he's been going through this whole process of not having congressional oversight.
So we might have to have, if we don't win Georgia, both seats. This is why black people, non-black, non-white people, white poor people, white people that are not men, white people that are not Christian.
Hold on, let me get out my whiteboard.
Right, like this is why it's important for y'all to turn out in Georgia. Like, listen, you better set your hate for our black asses aside and turn out and vote your own interests. If you're not making $250,000 a year, you better be voting for the Democratic candidate, like flat out.
True, straight up.
If you're not making $250,000 a year and have a penis, you better be voting for the Democratic candidates, right? Like. Just vote your interest.
Yeah.
So
that's it.
But if not, we're gonna probably have to have our same appointments done the same way.
Oh yeah. And it's different because it's not like he isn't finding qualified people.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't where Trump's like, hey, I saw that dude on Fox News. He talked real well. You want to be the Secretary of the Navy?
Right.
Like literally.
Spot on.
And he's going out, he's finding people who have knowledge about the subject that he wants them to take over.
They're controversial though. They're controversial amongst the progressive side of things. And some Democrats.
Last week we were talking about Susan Rice.
Yes.
And I'm like, he's like, okay, because she was going. I knew my thought was she was going to be Secretary of State. And you guys like, there's too many people who don't want her for Secretary of State.
Yep.
And he put her in, the third position in the
policy.
Are you saying that you were wrong?
Domestic policy? Well, no, her position.
I'm saying I'm right.
Yeah. See, but does her position?
Don't have a heart attack. Yes, I am saying I'm right.
But does her position require approval by the Senate that she's been domestic policy, director of domestic policy?
That's part of what I've been trying to read. That's part of what I've been trying to go back and understand, because I mean she is everything domestic, policy wise, goes through her.
Yes.
Like, woo-wee.
Yeah.
If they don't, if she does not need to be confirmed, there's some people who should look out.
That is a fact.
Talk about HNIC, huh?
Like
right. Right.
Hey, Joe, we got this. You just Her and Kamala like, hey, go ahead, Joe. Go kiss some. Well, I don't kiss no babies, but go ahead, Joe.
I just can't wait. Bye-bye, Klan country.
Oh my goodness. Can you imagine? I'm imagining, but I'm like, I have to wait till I see it. But it's going to be hell. And here's the thing. I'm just curious to know who's going to be in conjunction with the policy advisor, domestic policy advisor, and who's going to be your attorney general. Because those two work hand in hand.
All right.
So if your policy advisor says, hey, I need you to look at Proud Boys. Okay, Justice Department says, hey, FBI, give me everything you can on the Proud Boys. And they get everything they can. And then from there, you got domestic policymakers saying, we need to put some policies in place. And then you got your attorney general saying, we're about to go ahead and lay the hammer. I'm excited. I'm excited.
What I'm interested in is just enforcing the laws.
I mean, yes, we just must enforce the laws that are on the books and become once again a law-abiding community, because that's how we do it in America.
Looking up the Hatch Act and enforcing the laws is all I'm asking for.
That's it. Nothing special. Just enforce the laws and protect American citizens. Let's get us back to those values of America first and, making America great.
That should be a commercial right there.
I think the exact same thing. Make America great.
My goodness. Yes. No, I mean, it's interesting. I'm interested to see, what's going to happen. This race on January 5th is, quite frankly, everything, essentially, in terms of Senate aspect of it. Now, is it 50 to 48? What am I missing? Or is it 50 to 47 with an independent, but the independent caucuses with the Democrats? I can't remember right now.
I think it's right now, they have 50, we have 48, or they have, it's something to the effect, we need both of them so Kamala can tie break.
Exactly.
Right.
And they have one,
Yeah, so that's it, really. Yeah, so we're right now sitting at 48 confirmed seats on our side. And counting those who caucus with us,
Right.
that good independent Senator Bernie Sanders, he's not a Democrat, but he caucuses with us and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And he votes better than some Democrats.
He does.
But that's neither here nor there, not right now.
You're right.
We need these two, and that way it's 50-50. And as Mr. Carter stated, our good Kamala Harris, senator now, but vice president later, she jumps in and she votes and she breaks the tie.
Wow.
God bless America.
Lord. What was that? Oh, Marcus. Marcus has news. You gonna share the news with our peeps? Or do you not have news? Am I confused?
Why is he sitting there like?
I don't want to be wrong. I thought. My bad.
You're talking about the meeting. Did you see that meeting?
Which one? Which one? The 12-hour one?
On Monday, yeah, it was crazy.
One meeting on Monday. Is there only one meeting on Monday? Hip the people. No insider baseball talk. Let the people know what we're talking about.
Well, my little piece of news is irrelevant compared to a lot of the other news that was coming out. So,
I don't say this damn news.
So I was appointed as a relief judge, right?
All right.
I was one vote away from, I guess, being the appointed associate judge.
One vote from where?
From being the associate judge.
No. Who? Where were they voting? Where did the voting take place?
It was city council voting.
City council.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What was do you know the vote breakdown?
Not yet, but I was told what it was.
But they did it live.
Yes. That's what I heard. I fell asleep.
Dude, the meeting went till at least midnight.
So, Michael, do you know the vote breakdown? Because I didn't watch it yet. I got the link today.
That was the thing. It was live. So it would be Mayor Coffin sitting there, and he would list like, okay, someone, Councilman Ivy, how do you vote? And he went down the list. And if you weren't keeping track, you wouldn't know. But it was live, so it wasn't like somebody could hide the vote. They did it live. He called out everybody's name, but it was like I couldn't see who was who.
Got you. So if I'm doing fast, so how many votes do you need to actually be confirmed?
You just need a majority to get
six.
So we have 10.
6-5.
We have 10 city council people, right? And 2 of those seats are at large. 4 of those seats are at large. 5 of those seats are held by registered Democrats. The other 4 of those are held by registered Republicans, and 1 is held by a registered unaffiliate.
Who's the unaffiliate?
Angela Lawson.
Yeah. She was originally a Republican, but she had renounced that.
She unaffiliated from that racist party, or that party that promotes racism, because the party is that better. And so we didn't get more than 5 votes. This is why voting matters.
I think, and we had to look this up, make sure the numbers are right. I think the mayor gets a vote if there's
only if there's a tie.
And it was a tie.
Yeah.
So from what I heard,
like I said, I was on there because I was on there. I probably logged on at like 10, thinking, I'll just catch the tail end. They still had 2 hours to go. And
so let me tell you this much. So, and you'll laugh at this. So it was 5-5 is my understanding. Originally, Mayor Kaufman had suggested that it be Karen Steinhauser. And then it was me and the other gentleman, Peter Frigo. It was us 2, apparently. And then I guess Mayor Kaufman gave that up. Then it was just us 2. And then he had to make a decision between us 2. So I think that's how it ended up, I think, in that aspect. So I don't know the vote breakdown. Have they sent out the link? I thought you said you got a link already for it.
I got the link. I'm going to watch it today because there was some other stuff that went down in that meeting.
That's what I'm talking about. The other stuff is what I was talking about.
I came on late. I want to hear about that.
Yes.
Listen, I'm not on Facebook
Why do I
often.
always have to be the one to tell it?
That's because I'm not on Facebook often, but I hopped on. I just happened to hop on and I see this post and I said, oh, snap. They're going at it.
I'm not on Facebook often either.
See,
well, I only went on to find out the vote breakdown because they were picking relief judges and
mayor pro tem.
And I just wanted to figure that out. I didn't know that they actually had some mad hot fire going on. I wouldn't have got on early. I don't know what they were doing. Tell me what happened. I want to know what happened. Somebody explain to me.
All right, so listen. This is not the typical Hashim 99.7% pure news that I'm able to give you because I haven't watched the link myself. But from what I am able to gather from context clues and the preponderance of the evidence is that there was a vote on Monday night of Mayor Pro Tem. Mayor Pro Tem is the basically assistant mayor. Well, it's the second step down from the mayor. So when the mayor is not available, the Mayor Pro Tem steps up and fills that void, that vacancy. The Mayor Pro Tem, this is the important part, decides who is going to lead the subcommittees in Aurora. And the subcommittees is where all the work is done before it's brought to council for a vote. And then that's when it's enacted upon the citizens and the residents of Aurora. And as the ancient African American proverb goes, cha.
Wow.
I gotta know.
That's where the drama popped off. So we don't have enough time on this show if we doubled our segment to even get into the nitty gritty of this. Wow. But the short of the long is this drama got hot, reached a boiling point last year when it was a runoff for this spot. So there were 3 people that ran for it last year. Councilwoman
Johnston,
Murillo, and the one that hates me, she rolls her eyes every time I come to the podium, Marsha Berzins. Yeah. I'm sorry that I colored my hair better than she colors hers. I don't know why there's a reason to hate me. But anyway, so it was some drama then. Marshall withdraws out of it, right? So this is the Republican tactic. This is a Republican street beat. And there's conflict between Crystal and Nicole leading up from the announcement point, right? And I do blame the woke Aurora crew for throwing logs, burning material onto this fire of leading up to it. So Marsha snatches out. They take the votes. Crystal only has her vote and the vote of the two new council members, Coombs and Marcano, and everybody else votes for Nicole. The Republicans fold in and vote for Nicole. And Mike Kaufman nominated Nicole Johnston, right? And I was shook. I'm like, what? I'm like, where did that come from? But that's like when you're in the club and you see that shove and you're like, oh, it's about to go down, right? Like, let's get out of here.
Wow.
Mike Kaufman did that proverbial shove when he nominated Nicole Johnston, and every single Republican fell in line. And what that did, there was a strategy of a rift between the 5 Democratic elected officials.
That's horrible, but that is nice politics.
That was strategy. Wow.
It's strategy. They are so much better at this than we are. It annoys me. So that was last year, right? That's just the drama from last year. So from then up until now, 365 days, give or take, it has been one thing after another, and drama and friendships and relationships, mine with some of these woke Aurora crew people, right? The woke ones that don't look like me. But anyway, I'm not gonna get into all that. But anyway, they crying somebody's a racist, but yet they're pushing racist agendas and stuff with their treatment of how they want me to react to this. But anyway, we're gonna keep moving on. I'm gonna go to therapy on this. So you fast forward, we get up again. Nicole Johnston's not running again. So you have 3 people that are running, right? And this is when I need to watch the video. You have Councilwoman Lawson, Councilwoman Bergens, Francois, and Councilwoman Murillo is running again. And this is where it gets fuzzy for me, or gets like clear as mud, that I have from where the initial vote happened to where the final vote happened. And the final vote happened is that Francois out of Ward 6 is now the mayor pro tem.
like somehow that happened, and we're not sure how.
Yeah. Oh, wow. And I know there were some extensions that went on and some voting that went on, like, and some people are angry that some people didn't abstain to trigger another roundup, a conversation about it. But that's where we're at right now. People have been pissed about it. I was even a little concerned about it. In my anger about it, because I was disgusted by what happened, I did some digging, and that digging has made me have to rewind. I might not be so disgusted. I have to look and see what all happened, right?
Right.
But the fact is, you have 2 women that are women of color, right? 1 Black, 1 Latina. You mean to tell me that some votes didn't work out, that either one of them could have been the mayor pro tem, but yet we let this white supremacist sympathizer at least have this seat? This thin blue lines matter, proud Trump supporter, anti-Black in her rhetoric, councilwoman have this seat? For what? So this is where I have to dig to see how this went down.
Wow. Was it so do you know the vote count?
I don't know the specific count. Listen, I don't know for a fact all the specific count. I can assume that at the end that 3
Republicans voted as a group. Yeah,
there 4 Republicans voted as a block through each series of voting. Republican voted as a block, and I believe at the final round that Hiltz and Johnston voted for Bergen. I so confused the name.
I thought Bergens got it. So you said
Bergens, and I keep saying Bergens because I get them confused. They both support the same racist Republican agenda. One is just older. I don't know. She might be significantly older than the other one. I don't know, but I just get the names confused, and I mess up on that. This is me fighting my colonial trained tongue. If they can't say Hashim, I can't say their names, right? So anyway, one of the same. One has blonde hair, the other has a bad red hair dye job, right? And the blonde-haired one.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what happened. Like I said, I literally fell asleep.
Yeah.
So only happened to see something online. I don't know, so that's why I was curious. That's why I'm interested to go back.
I'll share the link.
I just pulled it up on on auroratv.org, which hopefully we'll be appearing on soon. Just because so
I've been there
already.
How's
our membership drive going? That is insane.
So yeah, so here's the thing. I just you just want the city council to be cohesive and get things done for the community. That's what you want. But it's amazing just the strategy, if you will, that some folks employ and how successful they are at the strategy and how others who don't. I don't know what to say except.
And you're an elected official, right? So you can speak on these things where they're probably telling me I don't know how things work. Then I got to talk about folks and their mama, right? But you can speak on this and you understand how strategy and how partnerships work. And sometimes there's some give, sometimes there's some take to get things done. And it seems to me that and how I look at things and things that I see, that there seems to be this zero-sum mentality. Right. And that they're emulating this same attitude of Bernie or bust, our way or bust. And I was raised as an only child. I understood what it's like to take your toys and go home. Right. Mm-hmm. But that just affected me. When this type of stuff affects the entire population of the city of Aurora, there has to be something done. There has to be some type of give and take, some type of compromise, some type of adulting on there. And I don't know what side it falls in on, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if it falls in on one side more than the other or what. Like, I don't know.
No, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm going to take a look and watch it myself. But yeah, I just, wow. I don't know what to say.
What I would say is, it is indicative of how and when as we go forward, I want y'all to remember this conversation. It's simplistic but effective. Split the Democrats, vote as a block. And as we remember this conversation, and you can remember it on the smallest level. Our state house, what just happened in our council room, you can remember it on a larger level. The Senate, the United States Senate and the United States House.
Yeah.
Split the Democrats because we are a coalition. We are a coalition. Period. It just is what it is. We are a coalition. And so you peel them off, you split them, and then the Republicans vote as a group, as a block.
They showed you what they do. They have shown you what they have done, like what they were willing to do, what they're willing to sacrifice in the name of strategy. And they seem to always get their objective. Yeah. I just don't get it. The Tea Party took over the GOP. Mm-hmm. And what did the GOP do? They fell in line.
Why? There are intelligent men. There are intelligent Republican representatives and senators who have signed on to something they know it has no legal bearing. Mm-hmm. And they've signed on to it.
Hopefully that works against them according to the 14th Amendment.
Hopefully there are ethics laws in place for any lawyer who files a motion or a brief where they don't have any actual evidence or even a good faith basis. Hopefully, like I said, what did we talk about earlier? I just want them to just enforce the rules that we got.
Right. And ignore the get out of jail free card.
There are lawyers out here writing briefs. Listen, man.
Yes.
Kevin's not here. My fellow Texan. The state of Texas. Imagine Imagine if I, a citizen of the great state of Colorado, wrote filed a brief telling the state of Texas to, hey, you did your vote wrong.
Exactly.
You did it wrong. So we need you to do it again. Imagine that.
Exactly.
The state of Texas is out here filing motions. The attorney general filing motions and briefs saying, I get to reach into your state and tell you how to make your vote because you voted for the wrong guy.
Can you lose your license? Can you be disbarred for that?
There should be a mechanism.
Extreme, but you could get some public censures. Something can happen. But number one, he's under investigation currently by the feds right now, which I find interesting.
He said, "Give me my pardon, Jack."
No. It is because his investigation started in 2015. I don't remember who was president then, but that guy started an investigation. It started in 2015.
That was Barack Hussein Obama.
Our Kenyan friend.
The last president I recognize.
Started an investigation on this guy. In the middle of the investigation, we got another president. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I forgot to, but okay. Anyway.
Hashim, do you know? It'll come to you. He doesn't.
After I get sworn in, I can't talk this way.
He pauses it. Right? So there's literally an investigation that's paused. So this guy he's been under the same investigation for 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And hey, Santa Claus is handing out presents. You get a pardon. What do I got to do? Hey, say some crazy.
Yes.
But see, this is in you all's bailiwick, but with these pardons, they have to be specific, right? So
it's interesting, but go ahead.
Just like everything this man has done, he is going to stretch the limits
of what that would cover.
Mm-hmm.
There is law school. It's very simple. The president can only pardon certain crimes. He can't come into Aurora Muni Court and pardon your traffic ticket.
Right. Only federal crimes. Right.
And I don't know. I have not seen future crimes. That's some Minority Report stuff.
It's happened.
It's happened. But it has to be specific. Like, if I got, it has to be specific.
Yes.
So the next AG or whoever, and the DOJ is like, haha, you missed the spot.
Oh,
I'm coming for that spot.
Oh, it'll be interesting to see if whoever, he hasn't picked an attorney general, right? I've not seen an attorney general.
I've seen some names in the running, but I haven't seen like, this is it.
It would be very interesting if he picked Hillary Clinton, because then we wouldn't ask if it was going to be vengeful.
They were talking about Doug Jones too, who just lost his seat, obviously. So they're talking about him. So here's the thing. So there was a future pardon that was done, and that was in the Nixon era. But here's the other reason why they knew. So they had already prosecuted 2 of the guys, and they were convicted. And then there was a third one who was indicted but hadn't yet been tried, and he was given a pardon before they even tried the case. So they already knew what he was being charged with, so they issued the pardon based upon that.
Didn't Ford pardon Nixon?
And that's why Ford no longer had a career, because yes, he got in office and pardoned Nixon. Now, here's the thing. People were asking if Pence would do that, but here's the thing. Pence is at least somewhat that smart. I don't know if you can see the space in between it. He's that smart because he says, I'm not pardoning nobody.
Well, Pence.
Right. And Donald Trump's ego is not going to let him step down. Right.
But he's going to fire Barr. He wants to fire Bill Barr.
Now I have a question. Did Betty start drinking before or after Gerald issued that pardon?
Interesting. I know. It's just crazy.
I'm just curious.
He is. Here's the thing. He is going to issue pardons, I believe. But here's the thing. That has to be honored, I think, to an extent by the incoming attorney general. Now, of course, there would be appeals to the Supreme Court. And here's the thing. if these Supreme Court justices, the majority of which they are four-corner justices. So in other words, they don't believe that the document is a living document. And I'm very simply paraphrasing this. They believe that I believe in the actual wording of this document. This four corners. This says thou shalt kill, not kill. That's what it means. Now,
I don't care about their intent. I don't care about their what they had for lunch that day.
Yes.
This is what it says.
Yep.
This is what this means. Period.
Exactly. And so the president's power, president's ability to pardon is the question. So what is the actual language? It is Article 2, Section 2, and it says the president shall have power to grant reprieves and pardons for offenses against the United States, except in cases of impeachment. Now, the majority of the six, that's what they are. Those six who hold the majority, they are four corners believers of the documents. Although the Chief Justice has been interesting as of lately.
Him and Gorsuch have been very.
It's interesting.
Interesting.
Exactly. They've been really interesting by changing the way they've been voting on some things, except for the religious thing. But actually, Chief Justice did. He did go on the other side on the religious issue, but nonetheless. So that language is very specific. Shall have power to grant reprieves and pardons for offenses against the United States. Now, if you read this language on his face, that doesn't mean convicted. So if you have been charged with an offense, hence that's why before that guy even went to trial, he got a pardon. Now, here's the thing. If this was smart or in the Nixon area. So if it's smart now, if Barr was smart, Barr would charge the offense of the president of the United States. Charge him, but he can't do it because they got to follow their own precedent that says, president can't be charged with a crime while in office. But if Barr was smart, he would charge him with the offense. Let January 20th, 1201 come around, and then they're out of office, right? Now, if they're out of office, essentially, or before they get out of office, I'm sorry, then give the pardon. And the reason you give the pardon, although you haven't been tried, you've been charged with the offense. You haven't been tried.
You can't come back.
And you can't come back. Because now you got issue preclusion, which does not allow you to be charged again.
Yep.
So we don't know if that's not the game plan.
That would be some. See, you thinking like a Republican. I like that. That would be like, I'm just gonna charge all y'all, have him pardon you on the way out, and so it don't matter. They can't come back and get you because we already got charged.
And charge me with everything.
Look, I get man.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm gonna charge you with everything.
Somebody go get the book and just hit him with like 20 charges, and then on the way out, Trump pardons all.
Pardons all.
That would be. Would be pretty impressive.
Barr was smart. Let me go ahead and charge Ivanka and all them people.
All these
charge you.
But it might happen though.
I'm gonna charge you too, Melanie. Hey, Barron, I'm gonna charge you just in case.
Hey, just in case. Here, I'm going to hit you one of these real quick. Hit you with this indictment real quick, just in case. See, now that's diabolical.
that's another level thinking. But here's the thing: they have done things that we've never seen done in the history. So essentially, the president technically is the king. He, at this point, because it's been all males, has king power. So here's the thing. President-elect Biden said that he's not so confident in the power of the executive order. But here's the thing. None of his executive orders have been overturned, that being Trump's. None of his executive orders have been overturned. They've been challenged.
Because it, and we want to look at it.
Just the travel ban stuff, right?
Barack, well, when he tried to push through stuff through Congress, laws, he got pushed back from the courts. But when he did executive orders, which is the same stuff that we've been doing for the last 20 years, these executive orders, they have most of them held up in court. Most of them are held up because Marques is right. The executive order, it is, the hand of the king. It is, and the first thing he did was go in, and here's the crazy thing. The first thing he did, if you guys remember, he went in, he used his executive orders to overrule Barack's executive orders. And just like what's going to happen? I'm assuming what's going to happen to start. Biden's going to come in and issue a bunch of executive orders, and they'll be the law for 4 years, depending on what happens next.
It's king stuff. It's king stuff.
Come on, Georgia. We need you, Georgia.
Right. Then
because you need
executive order.
You need the House and the Senate to think about it. Think about it. What laws have they passed?
Well,
they have
abortion,
the tax cut.
The tax cut.
Okay. Yeah.
The tax cut. So what laws could the Republicans push through when they had all three? Tax cut. Pick another one. Pick another giant piece of legislation they pushed through.
Well, they were so dysfunctional, which is so odd because they didn't accomplish much.
Because of Trump.
Yeah.
But Mitch McConnell, look at those senators in his caucus. Have we heard a peep out of one of them? Anybody saying anything?
Nope.
The only one way back when was your boy out of Arizona, the Maverick.
Not even the not even the billionaire out of Utah, the failed president dude. What's his name?
Nick. He's not a billionaire, but okay.
He's not.
No.
Bain Capital. I'm sure he's rich.
He's not a billionaire.
I didn't think he was a billionaire.
I
gotta look it up.
I don't know how much he got more than me.
He got more than us.
No doubt about it.
We can combine ours. He still have more than us, so that qualifies.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If I had that much, you'd never shut me up. Let me tell you right quick.
Exactly.
He had a stranglehold. He has a stranglehold.
250 million.
Oh.
Only.
Oh God.
I thought he was.
We are not.
I thought he was a billionaire.
Look, this is not going to be us looking at other people's pocketbooks.
It might be. I'm nosy like that.
Yeah, like we ain't gonna sit in. You know how much Kevin Hart
and in his taxes he classified between 74 and 251 million. But
and he owned hotels too.
I don't know.
I just remember Bain Capital.
So here's the funny part. So people think they keep talking about the court. The court is the final arbiter. Well, sure. The case of Madison v. Monroe established them as final arbiters. However, Congress has always had the ability to effectively
rewrite the law.
Yes.
Okay, so we can't do it this way. Watch it. Watch this.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And here's the other thing. And we like on the simplistic level. The Congress. I mean, the system wasn't supposed to work. It's supposed to have like checks and balances. It's supposed to be inefficient.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happens and when we get scared is when someone shows up with like a super level or hyper level of efficiency, because then we get how big was the Republican tax cut?
I don't even know the numbers. Like I'm sorry, everyone that's watching. Like I don't have the numbers committed to memory on that, but it's ridiculous. It was enough to trigger them to now become deficit hawks for them to go after Social Security and Medicare.
Yes.
And if you like roads, if you like schools, then you pay taxes.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't hard. It ain't hard.
Socialist concept, by the way. I just wanted to put that in a microphone
like the military.
For those that can hear that. The military is a socialist concept, but okay.
I don't understand. And the tax cuts didn't help us.
No. No.
Well, maybe Marques. He could get more shoes.
Hey, I'm like you. I'm just trying to.
The rest of us had to eat still. I still got to get up and go to work.
Right.
For my Republican tax cut.
Listen, at least the tax cut could have helped me get an electric can opener so I can eat my tuna daily.
All right, everybody out there listening, we're going to put some money together, get Hashim an electric can opener. Go ahead. If you got it, put it in the chat for us. We're trying to get Hashim an electric can opener. Brother Kane.
Better yet, like, the electric can opener would go better in a new home.
All right, once again, we're out there. Thanks for coming to our Jerry Lewis Telethon, trying to get Hashim a new can opener to put in his new home.
Just listen, for just the low price of 77 cents a day.
If each one of you sends me 77 cents a day, I will buy Hashim a can opener. I'll put it right there.
And in case you wonder, my Cash App is $ HTC Stacks.
Oh, but he's got Stacks in the name. Okay.
I mention anybody who has Stacks in the name of their Cash App. I usually read that stuff in Discovery.
Right, exactly.
I don't know how to listen. That is not my mindset. I have no criminal. But my criminal mindset is in politics.
Okay,
that's it.
You got it right.
That's it. I can't run nothing. I can't split or weigh nothing. That is just so not me.
Can't weigh nothing. Baking soda. Cook. What am I cook? You know,
cook.
It's
yeah.
Packaged. Oh my It's already packaged. Well, that seems ridiculous.
Allergies.
Oh.
Worst drug dealer ever. I got allergies. You can't have that in here.
Right?
Can we hire somebody to pack this up?
Right.
Worst.
Ever. No, you're right. You're right. It's just, here's the thing. I'm all for executive orders, but I'm more so for passing legislation through the House.
Get laws.
Because that is the people. The House represents the people. The Senate represents the states. That's where I want it to be done. However, we all know that if you can't get it done, use that order.
Right.
And that's what's going to happen. The House is chaos. The House is designed to be chaotic. Dude, go look at some of the people. If we can get Bobert on here.
That's good.
Go look at some of the people in the House.
Maybe we can. I haven't reached out or I haven't tried or anything, but the House is crazy, but the people are the checks and balances, and I need people to understand what their interests are. Mm-hmm. Like, listen, you living out in some red area, flags on every porch, every back of every pickup truck. Listen, I really, when you file this stuff down into what you need, like rent, mortgage, electricity, utilities, food, be able to make your car insurance on time, take care of some healthcare stuff, get some glasses, go to the dentist. How the hell do we differ at that basic stuff right there? How do we differ? And why is your vote just so liberals, right? Like, get out of here. And when you try to use stupid things like, when your dirt floor poor ass is voting, like, I'm trying to protect babies, I don't believe in killing babies. Well, that's not true. Like, check your past, right? Trust me, you have been on one part of the end of the abortion, whether you push for it or paid for it. Like, it's just not true when you do the science. I'm trying to bring it back. I don't understand why people don't vote their own interest. You are not a millionaire. Why are you voting to protect their money?
No, you hit it on the head. I call those single issue voters, and I have a problem with single issue voters and there are two types of single issue voters, those for abortion and those for the Second Amendment. And it cracks me up when people say, well, hey, they're taking my guns, I got to vote Republican. But you're killing babies, so I got to vote Republican. No one has ever said on the pro-choice side, oh, I'm for abortion. Nope. They say, nope. I am for the woman's right to choose what she wants to do with her body. Period. That's what it is.
And it's protecting the woman's health, because even when abortions were illegal, that doesn't mean there weren't abortions happening.
They were happening in the back alley with a coat hanger.
And people died. Like,
yes,
they developed the age, the host of the embryo died.
Yes.
How could we be so barbaric for some idiotic principle? And about the guns, it was 2014, 14. The M&P Shield just came out, right? This is a handgun.
Yes, it is.
And it was on sale at Gander Mountain. And I'm like, I'm getting this, Jack. Black Friday sale, here I come. So I'm over there early. I'm like number 4 in line. And I get in there. So, there's a little waiting system. Of course, most people are there for the Shield. And so I'm being friendly who I am. Like, I'm a friendly person. That my default is friendly. If you want something different, I will oblige you.
And now I'm buying again.
So shut up. So this guy, we're striking a conversation, And he was like, hey, let me show you this picture of this nut job out in the parking lot. So he showed me a picture of a car that had an Obama sticker on it.
Mm-hmm.
Whose car was that?
Right.
So he was like, what are they doing here? I mean, surely they're not here to try to buy a gun. And I was like, well, no, surely his black ass is. And that's me. And so then we get into the conversation. So then, like, the look on his, he's like, uh-oh, yeah, you said this. Like, go ahead. I know, listen.
You got so, comfortable. It's all right.
Right. But I'm going to keep you uncomfortable. Yeah, so, absolutely. And I was like, and I said, and because of a certain mentality of a party that you're on, that's why I have to buy a gun. So then he's like, well, how can you support Obama when he wants to take our guns? I said, how can you say that when you cannot show me where he's ever said that?
Right.
And let me tell you something
about taking your guns is the Republicans. They're always screaming.
Ronald Reagan. Yeah. So let me tell you, like in 2008, he got elected, right? Yeah, he got elected. I said, when has your gun been taken? We're in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Help me.
Yes, I've told people that. I've told them that same thing. You can't be a Democrat and own guns, huh?
Yeah.
What?
Actually,
you're gonna take your guns. You've been saying take my guns since the Clinton era.
Yes.
I go to the same Walmart you do.
Right.
Right. Unbelievable.
Hey, Walmart. Woo! I have the same Walmart. What's that?
And some Democrats just happen to be veterans. Oh.
Right?
Oh.
Right? Sheesh.
I'll be at the same. I'll be in the parking lot of Cabela's on Black Friday with you.
Exactly.
What you here for? Same thing you here for, man.
Right. Just the two of them.
Same thing you here for.
So I don't get it. And it irks me. It irks me, those folks who are strictly single issue voters and they vote against their very interests. And so the things that I've always asked, I got some family that's in Kentucky, but the things that I've asked, that I try to ask the folks is, talk to me, how has life improved for you under XYZ senator? And specifically, I'm talking about your senator and your congressman, those who represent you on the federal level. They can't give an answer except, well, hey, they're against abortion, and they're Christian, and I'm Christian.
I would expect more. If I were a Kentuckian, I would expect more, black or white. I don't know. I'm not saying I've been to Kentucky and done any research. I would expect more from the most powerful man in the Senate. I would expect to have a bluegrass museum or something.
Hey, don't they get free banjo lessons?
Need to be building the Aerospace Center in the Blue Ridge Mountain. Something better be popping up.
Nope.
I don't get it.
Nope. I don't get it either. So
I guess it is. And they continue to do it, and yet the conditions that they lived in has never improved. I get it. Politics is local. Are you talking to your local city council members? No, because nothing's changing there. And then when you look at your federal level, your state level, nothing's changing there. And your federal levels, nothing changing there. When you go through and look at the statistics, let's say of Alabama, Mississippi, or Kentucky, and you look at where they stand at for purposes of education, near the bottoms. And I don't get it.
So with them standing like they have the worst healthcare, they have the worst education system, what's getting ready to happen now that Pfizer, Moderna, and all these folks are getting these approvals for COVID vaccines to roll out? Are they going to be distributed in these red areas? I
saw the list.
Will they even take it? Because most of these people, think that
it'll work itself out. It'll work itself out. It will work itself out. Don't take it. I get it.
I'm going to take it.
You don't want to. Get it.
I'm going to take it. I heard, so today I did some real research today on it, which is why I sent y'all that text. So you know that the Pfizer was developed mostly by a black woman and research it. In fact, Dr. Fauci went on and talked about that. I forgot what show he was on. He talked about, well, you're not a guinea pig, by the way. because there were 3 trials. A whole bunch of people went in trial 1, whole bunch of people went in trial 2, and so on. So you are not a guinea pig. You're not new to this. We've been doing these trials since, really.
Tuskegee.
Well, hey, hold on.
I'm doing a little devil's advocate. I'm doing a little devil's advocate.
Go for it.
No. We don't know long-term. We are not going to know the long-term effects of the vaccine, but there is a protocol. Listen, you have a government. Sometimes it works.
Right.
It works.
More often than not, it works.
There are people doing their job. That's why this vaccine has probably been around for about 6 months, six months-ish, but it has to go through trials. It has to go through the government has to do its job. That's why you pay the government to do its job, sir. The gentleman at the bottom of the page. Yes, sir.
So, okay, let me just be absolutely clear before I start off with my foolishness. I believe in science.
Whoa!
I believe in science.
Way to go out on a limb.
Here we go. Yeah,
but
and no, and there's no but, right? Like,
however,
while believing in science.
Nice segue. Nice. I appreciate that.
I also understand medical apartheid as it relates to the Black experience in this country, or in the world. Globally, if Black folks were not sacrificed, read the book, Medical Apartheid, medicine would not be as advanced as it is today. And because of all of that, there is skepticism amongst Black people on taking this. And it has to be addressed. And even as recently, in the Gen X generation, right? The Tuskegee experiments were still going on in the 1970s. We have to look at damn, sterilization of Black and Latino women was still going on. Yeah. This year. They're still sterilizing women. So when we look and talk about trust medicine, there was an article that was just released a year or 2 ago that talked about how med school in this new millennium, how they view Black patients as not receiving pain the same as a white patient.
Yeah.
There's so much, when you add all this stuff together, you get the nervousness that is a valid nervousness from Black people on this, but then you put a pin in it and you look at the other side. We are dying at 3 times the rate of our white counterparts without this stuff. So what the hell are we gonna do? You have to really dig down and think better and look at this vaccine and take the damn vaccine. You put things in your body and run a risk all the other damn time. You're having sex without condoms. Y'all drink Hennessy. You just live a dangerous lifestyle. So but I don't know if we've done a good job at alleviating the fears. And even I can go on my Facebook page and people who I deem to be intelligent people are still talking about I'm not taking this vaccine and, it's going to be this. And there's some fear about anything that you take, but we still take it. There's warning labels on sodas.
Right.
We still drink it. So.
Give me a can of soda. There's a warning.
So I don't know, it's a lot, and I say I don't know, and I'm probably going to keep saying a lot, I don't know on this, but I will take the vaccine. I do have an issue, though, with how we've had this short-term and long-term, and we don't have the long-term look at the vaccine. We need 2 years. So what that does, it does give me some concern or some pause, but then it also angers me that is this 2 years? Now this is safe to take without waiting the 2 years. So that means to tell me that this 2 years is an artificial stop to allow capitalism to do its thing in the sake of medicine? Or is this a valid medical 2-year pause? Which one is it?
That is real.
No, I know it's real.
We don't know the long-term aspects of what's going to happen. However, as a society, we decided to just,
but even things that we've had on the market longer than 2 years, right? We look at the Truvada pill for HIV prevention. Now there's lawsuits out there because it causes like issues with bone density and issues with your liver, and that's been out longer than 2 years, right? So it's just
we're not gonna know. We're not gonna know. We're not gonna know. It's just we're not gonna know. But at this point, we as a society decided, hey, we gotta keep moving. There has to be a way. The government has shut down. I mean, like the thought of like we can't function. We can't go outside. We're red. They're changing the color scheme because they want us to stay at home. They are going, man.
And speaking of this stay at home, like, I mean, I guess it relates. This new stimulus package, this old weak stuff that Mitch is trying to push, where there's a one-time $1,200 payment that they give to American citizens, but they also want to give blanket immunity. They want to give immunity to corporations.
Well, that is directly related to, we don't know what this thing's going to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, not vaccine corporation, not just the Pfizer and them, but people to like Walmart, to Amazon.
Because you are at Walmart and you get sick because Walmart's not, or you're at Chili's, or if you can find a way to link your illness back to that corporation, he was asking for blanket immunity for those corporations. Correct.
And yes, and even for the corporations that choose, like, I'm going to stack you all in here and force you to work and not provide PPE and not provide any type of guidelines, but you can't come around and sue us. That is tied to this one-time handout of $1,200. Get out of here. Listen, I will not. This is my on-the-record statement. I try not to do this, but damn it, I'm sick and tired, and I'm tired of being sick and tired. I will not vote for any Democrat that votes for that. I just won't. I just won't. Fight. Shut the government down again. Don't approve a budget. Like, it's about the people. If we're not fighting for the people, who are we fighting for?
I mean,
that's the question.
I mean, I don't even know.
No, absolutely not. $1,200. What is $1,200? That ain't even somebody's rent.
So related to this, I saw a funny tweet today. So there's this guy, he follows Parler just so he can report back to the Twitterverse of what's going on over there and how they're breaking down.
You need to make a Parler account.
Somebody needs to let me use their ID.
You'd be a great troll on it. But here's the funny part. So
not get my ID.
A couple weeks ago, Bernie Sanders had put out a tweet that talks about government subsidizing of folks while they're living through this process. And they went through the prices of, this $2,500 a month, $2,000 a month for this country, and for the US, $0 or something. Or $1,200, one-time payment of $1,200. And then somebody, because there's a lot of trolls on Parler too, they went over there and they had took out Bernie Sanders' face and they put Trump's face on there and they reposted that tweet on Parler.
Just to see
what happened. And everybody was like, yeah, that's what we need to do. We need to subsidize people who are out of work. We need to give them money. And they started saying, yeah, no one got it, that it was a parody. But if that's not codish, I don't know what is. I just created that word. It's a code.
Yes. Dumb as hell is what I would go with. But yes.
I can't even defend them.
Yeah. And you a defense attorney.
No, I can't.
So, by the way, did y'all hear about that rally for Trump? And then there was this rap group there. I don't know who it was, though.
No, I didn't.
Where? I have no idea.
I did hear that the Proud Boys got invited to the White House.
Oh, good.
Well, that was a fluke as well, apparently. Because somebody reached out and said, no, this is not them. Here, I just texted it to y'all. I can't tell who this is. So I'm just curious if y'all can take a look at it. I can't tell who this is. This rap group is. I can't. I need to look at Rex Chapman and see what he said. Just somebody's got to tell me who, because I can't tell who it is.
What did they do? A concert at the
quote unquote Freedom Plaza. A rally for Trump. Why are they having rallies for Trump still? I don't get it. I don't know who it is.
I don't know who it is either. So,
yeah. Anyway. Anyway. So, other than that.
Wait a minute. God bless him. God bless him, everyone. I know, who's I talking to? Nelson Boyle was willing to come on and talk to us about the last couple of legal decisions that came out against Trump.
We need to hear that because folks need to hear it.
You know, give us a quick update. What else? Did you attend the Christmas party yesterday, Marques? I think I sent out a text.
I meant to attend it, and then I had to step out the house for a minute. I had to go pick up something for the kids. So
okay.
I just didn't. Did you?
No, I did not.
Okay. So there's a Christmas party for Sam Carey Bar Association. I had registered and everything, and I was supposed to. I had to take care of something.
We need to reach out to Mr. Evans and see if Mr. Evans wants to come on. He's still the president for a couple more days. He's the president of Sam Carey Bar Association. Sam Carey Bar Association is the African American Bar Association here in the state of Colorado.
It's the Black Bar Association.
All right, man.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
You almost made it.
Charlize Theron is African American.
She's African.
Is she American as well?
She's South African.
She was born in South, but does she have American citizenship?
Oh my God. Can she caucus with us? Are you mad at? Can she caucus? Can she caucus with us?
Ooh, that was good. That was good.
Oh, my South African sister.
I mean, that's a question that you'd have to ask the Black Caucus. I'm not privy to that information.
Oh man, you know on the inside.
And on that note, everyone, peace.